Eustace Captain Kidd, this guy, is the captain of his pirate crew, the Kidd Pirates. And actually, this guy had a higher bounty than Luffy, 313 million. You know, he had the highest bounty of the worst generation when he got to the island. Because he's more like a real pirate. He'll kill people and not care about, like, or even, like, consider or anything, If they're in his way, they get out the way or they don't. And he was in um, he was there, and then he was at the he tried to fight against Apu, but he also went to the slave auction, and he was like, we're gonna try to buy a slave real quick and make them a part of our crew real fast. And that was the plan, but then Luffy did some shit, and then he was like, now I have to take all this fucking, scrap metal and fight against these Marines. But then the pacifistas came, and he was like, oh shit, and he thought he was fooled. He thought he was fighting against the actual Bartholomew Kuma, but he was fighting against these pacifistas instead. And he caused one to malfunction. He did it, like, mostly by himself. He was putting in work. The strength is 86%, with the speed at 84%. Durability is 83% for this guy, and endurance is 86%, with intelligence of 73%. Because this guy ain't the brightest. He's kind of like Luffy. He just does what he wants to without thinking things too much. 80% for the experience, 86% for the close skills. And this guy has a dough for too. 87% for brain skills, and recoups at 84%. With the hacks at 87%, with the overall power score of 83.6%. So this guy, when they went outside after Luffy punched those people in the face, he grabbed up all the scrap metal because he has the magnet fruit, and he's able to magnetize shit. Cannonballs got sent back, bullets too, and he took the weapons themselves. He was even pulling on fucking Zoro's swords. Zoro had to, like, hold on to his blades and shit. He was like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And he pulled in the metal, and, he started creating big ass hands similar to, like, Luffy and shit. And he was disposing of Marines, but then the pacifistas came. He had to block some of that shit with his, like, arms, like some of those light beams, and then he, like, caused one to malfunction. But and he got away from the island too, and he made it to the New World like all the other ones. But yeah, stay cool on the corner and watch One Piece, like I said, and leave comments too on these videos too.